I'm playing Bleed Beb. Can I copy your filter? You will filter... Ooh, would you filter too much? But you know, in terms of using the filter, if you don't know how to like edit the filter, like no matter what, you're gonna need to edit it. It's just a harsh reality that if you don't know how to edit a filter, you're either going to be showing way too much shit or you're gonna be hiding shit that you need. Because let's say, for example, you have really good gear, well, you're gonna be showing too much gear. And let's say you have really, let's say you have a really strict filter, but your gear shit, you're gonna be hiding too much gear. Like, do you guys want another speed run of making a filter? Like a basic bitch filter that you can use? Like, I'll just give you a quick speed run. I'll have a timer, you guys ready? Literal timer, little speed run, ready? And go. So basically, first rule of any rule is you are going to want to filter shit items from dropping, no matter what. Like, you're gonna filter things like white and magic. Now, you can also include rares in this, but obviously you're not gonna want that at the level 1, right? Now, if you're level 1, turn this setting off, and eventually when you're like level 5, level 10, and you don't care anymore, you can turn this on. Boom. Second rule. Now, simply put, you want to highlight, right, or emphasize, so you could recolor or emphasize mods that you want. And so, what I would do is I would look at affixes and just go shopping and basically just tick any mod that you want. Very simple, right? So for example, let's say I'm playing a rogue, a falcon. I want dex. I want vit. Boom. Maybe all attributes. Let's say I'm playing, I don't know, my bird build, right? Let's say I'm playing bleed bird, but this could apply to anything, right? Let's say you're playing a spell cuck, click spell nodes, right? Let's say I'm playing melee, I want physical nodes, click melee fizz, right? Just literally click the nodes you want, right? And so if I want a minion, right? I can type minion, and I can go for fizz pen on my burb. I can go for minion damage on my burb. And I can go for some class-specific stats potentially. No, there are none, right? Very, very simple, right? 2 header, right? Very simple. Then, right, once you have all the stats that you want, so you want like, you want all the health mods, obviously. You want, let's say you want all the resistance mods, except for you don't want, obviously, channeling, endurance threshold, right? What else do we want? Maybe we want ward cleanse. Don't really care about dodge too much. I want crit avoidance. What else? Movement speed. Cooldown is nice. And chance to bleed on hit. Alright, done. Right? And then maybe a couple of rogue specific stats. Like I said, it's just a shopping list, right? So aerial assault, falconry, and dive bomb. Boom. Done. Add. Boom. Now, the other important thing is at level 1, you're going to want any tier of these stats, right? So what I can do is I can look up total affix tiers more or equal to 1. And what this means is as long as it rolls the mod of any tier, like at least tier 1, it'll highlight and show me it. Very nice, right? And if I also, right, what you can do is you can add rare onto here. And now what will happen, chat? Now what will happen is, and let's make this as well. Let's add rarity to this. And let's make it at least rare or exalted. Now, basically what will happen is any rare or exalted item, and this will bypass this being hidden. Sorry, this should say hide. This will bypass anything, because this is higher, right? If I put this here, this will hide all rare items no matter what. But if I put this here, because the order matters, the rares will show only if they meet this condition, right? So now what I do, now this is the reason why you have to know how to edit your own filter, is this you need to change. Now, if you're like level 5, you wanted this to be 1, right? But let's say you're like level like 100, you want this to be like maybe 6 to 8, maybe 7, right? And what this means is it needs to have a combined total of those affixes of at least tier 7 to show, right? Now, this is where it gets really 5-ed. Are you ready? Now, this looks intimidating, but you can now hide. So it's a bit like reverse. But what you can do is you can hide all of the shit bases in the game. And so now only good bases will show. So what you do is you go to item type. And let's take a look at a helmet real quick, right? Now again, at level 1, you probably want to show everything, right? So you could just like turn this mod off, right? So just turn this off. But once you eventually get to a high level, right? Let's say I'm a rogue. I don't want a cloth hood. A cloth hood is 14 armor. Hide it. It's big shit, right? I also don't want a leather mask, right? And just keep turning all the mods off that you don't want. But let's say, for example, I want Gorgon Scale, Dragon Visage. You know, these are end-game big dick bases, right? Let's say these are the bases I want. I turn those off so they're not hidden. And now what will happen is it will hide all the shit bases and it will only show the good bases with good mods now. And you just do this for every single base. So, you know, I do helmet, replace helmet now with body armor, and I only select good armor bases now for rogue. So I want, let's say Gorgon Scale, and you just keep repeating this through and through. You do this until you've done every single base that you want. And remember, while you're leveling, you probably don't want to hide any of these. Or you could, yeah, you probably just turn this rule off until you're like a higher level, right? And then the final rule is you want to catch all. Because obviously you don't want to hide like a unique item because it doesn't have a good base, right? And so I like to have a catch all condition for rarity that shows all exalted, unique, and set gear. And that's it. You should also have one of these for idols as well, by the way. I would have a separate rule for idols. But then, and now you're done. This is basically my filter. If you look at my filter, pretty much the exact same. Now, I do have a couple extra things on here. I'll explain that real quick. I want to show experimented bases, and experimented bases have a bit of a different rule with rarity. So I'm just showing specific affixes. I'm also showing shattering bases. So this is like rare mods that, what do you call it? I want to shatter items for. But these are things you can do separately. The main important thing is what I just showed you. Right? Hiding shit bases, showing good bases with good mods. Yeah? And there it is, done. How long was that? 6 minutes. There you go. Not too bad. Done. Done. That's the speed run. I missed one thing. These two rules are for legendary timer. That's legendary gear. So this will show any exalted mod of tier 6 that has a good mod to slam on. And this will show any good tier 7 mod at all, because tier 7 mods are kind of rare. So that's what these two rules are. If you just download my filter anyway, you can like at least see. Again, maybe just make a copy and like, or use it as like a bit of like an inspiration. And I'm sure there's many different ways to build a filter. There's, you know, everyone's gonna have their own little way of doing it. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's actually supremely simple. It just depends how like you want to set it up.